Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess and today we are going to talk about 3 ways to know that you are in alignment with your life's path, with the universe's plan, whatever you want to call it. I just call it being in the flow with the universe. So without further ado, let's get into it. Honestly, once you realize that there are no such thing as coincidences, then this whole thing will be so much easier and you will start noticing that you're probably in alignment with the universe already. But one of the main ways, my absolute favorite way and kind of what got me into spirituality in the first place, is angel numbers. Now, angel numbers don't always have to do with like the time on the clock. Obviously, it's just numbers. And it can really be any number that sticks out to you, that is constantly being shown to you by the universe. It doesn't necessarily have to be like 1111, anything like that. It can be any number that is specific to you. So let's say that you see the number, I don't know, let's just say that you see the number 143 a lot. Okay, and you're like, man, like I don't think that's an angel number. But like if you constantly see that number, then it's a number that your angels want you to look up and look into and see. Usually it's a message and it'll tell you like, hey, you should do this, you should do that, whatever. But once you start getting more acclimated and knowing what the numbers mean when you see them, because a lot of times there's a lot of different definitions for what each number means, and it's different to each person. Obviously it's going to resonate differently depending on your situation, what you're going through and everything like that. But once you start really living in awareness, once you see these numbers that are starting to stick out to you more and more, take a moment and realize what it is that you were just thinking about. Now, I know sometimes it's really hard because you're like, well, shit, I forgot already. But take a moment and try to remember what it was that you were doing or thinking. Obviously, doing you'll remember, but what it was that you were thinking about before you saw the number. And that will kind of let you know, you'll start associating a certain pattern with it. Is it a negative thing that you're doing every time you see it? I know me personally, every time I see the number 666, it's not always a bad thing. But for me personally, when I see the number, it means that I need to direct my attention towards something else. I'm probably doing something that I shouldn't be. And that's how I know that I'm not in alignment with the universe at the time, or it's not really what the universe wants for me to do right now. It's not the best thing for me. Once I see those 3 numbers, it is my automatic like, all right, I'm out, let's do something else, switch gears. Now it may be different for you. It might be a different number. When you see the number 223, maybe that is your number that you need to switch gears and get your mind right. But generally, these numbers do have certain characteristics, and they have certain vibrations that they hold. So you do want to look them up and kind of get a general idea of the vibration. Is it a good vibe? Is it a kind of like a negative connotation when you see that number? And then you can gauge even more what it is that number means when you see it. So angel numbers are a big thing for me. Like I said, if I see the number 666, I know that I'm probably doing something that I shouldn't be doing. And in the complete opposite spectrum, I know that when I see numbers like 11, 33, 22, just your typical double digit numbers, or even triple, quadruple, those are the really good ones. That's when I know I'm like, all right, I'm getting it. But if you see the doubles or the triples, whatever number it is that resonates with you, of course, That's how you know that you're doing something that you're supposed to be doing, or whatever's happening right now is supposed to be happening. For instance, one time I was driving to my friend's house, and I got there, and when I got there I realized that I forgot something at home, and I was like, damn, I have to go drive back. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I kind of wondered, like, I don't know, I was wondering if this was the universe's plan. And I look at the clock, and my clock on my car was off, but the clock time was 8:33. And I was like, okay, so I know that this was for a reason. Now I wonder what it was. So I kind of just forgot about it because I was driving on the way back. And then when I was turning back into her neighborhood to go back to her house, a black cat crossed his path right in front of me. Like, it made me stop my car and just crosses right in front of me. And I was like, wow, that was it right there. I didn't see it the first time. It didn't cross my path the first time, and the universe really wanted me to get that message. And a black cat crossing your path is actually a sign of good luck. A lot of people think it's bad luck, but that's just because, stupid superstitions, but it's actually a sign of really good luck. So I actually was really excited, and it's just really funny to know that sometimes when you take the wrong turn, or you do something that you're like, damn, you get frustrated with yourself, just know that you are in the flow with the universe. Maybe that's a way to check and see, and it kind of makes life a little more exciting, honestly, because then you know that the mistakes aren't really mistakes. They're kind of like, they're supposed to happen. And I feel like it gives you a fresh perspective in life and really helps you just breathe, it helps you kind of know that, like, all right, I'm making the right decisions. I'm good. I am divinely guided. I'm in the flow with the universe. And as long as you follow your intuition, you should be seeing these angel numbers, okay? Now, besides angel numbers, if you're not really someone that sees numbers a lot, because our angels communicate with us in different ways. If they know that you don't pay attention to numbers, they're not even going to bother, But at the same time, if you wake up every day and say, I'm living in awareness, maybe you'll probably start seeing them, because you're going to start tuning into, I think it's clairvoyance, where you start kind of seeing the numbers and things like that. So another thing number 2, is synchronicities. Now, this can really be so many different things. What I think of, the first thing I like to think of and explain is, if you've ever seen the movie Focus with Will Smith, that movie, there's a part where he explains to the woman how they basically got the person to pick the number that they wanted or whatever. And basically what they showed was, throughout the day, that person's day, they were seeing all these little signs and things, all these little every time they would constantly be seeing this number, so then when it came time for them to pick the number, they were like, I'm gonna go for this one because I've been seeing it throughout the whole day. Now, that's kind of what it is with, like, tuning into your psychic abilities and really, like, in your intuition. And that's kind of what they did. They played into that person's intuition, I feel like, if that makes sense. So basically, life kind of foreshadows things for us. It kind of throws these little things here and there. And it's funny when you take a step back and you look at it like a movie, and you realize, like, wow, these little things are thrown into my childhood that definitely made me the person that I am today. Whatever you see a lot of, even if it's like, or you constantly dreaming about it, because that's another way, your dreams, but if you're constantly seeing something and it's popping up all the time, you're like, so weird, or you're just playing it off to coincidence. Stop, look it up. And it might be a message from your angels or your guardian angels to let you know that, like, hey, you need to do this or whatever. For instance, for me, I am really tuned in with, like, animals. So when I see certain animals, then I know that I need to do certain things. Like, for instance, if I see a moth or a butterfly, that is usually telling me that, like, I'm going through a period of transformation, which I really am right now. A lot of times I notice too, when I'm really, like, speaking my truth, it depends on where I'm at, obviously, but I'll see, like, a a butterfly or some type of animal that resonates with me with like just a power animal. So that may be a moth, a butterfly, or a dragonfly. I feel like I'm really resonating with those. Different animals will be different for you, and it doesn't have to be a fuzzy animal. It can be an insect. It can literally be even even fruit flies are one of the things that actually tell you kind of what is going to happen in your life, or like that you're going through a transformation, really. And at first I thought that was so crazy, but if you really sit and think about every time that you have dealt with fruit flies, think about what was going on in your life at that time. Was this like something big? Because I know for me, I literally sat down and I thought about it. The times that I can really strongly recall dealing with fruit flies. The first time was when I moved into my first little college dorm or whatever. It was a big transformation. The second time that I can think of was when I found out that my ex had cheated on me, like right before I was dealing with fruit flies in that home as well. And then now I'm dealing with fruit flies and I'm going through a huge transformation. And my boyfriend is funny because he's like, you're inviting them in here. I'm like, I'm not, but I am transforming. I'm sorry. But you know, it's just kind of, it's funny. It's not like you're inviting these things in, because you definitely don't want fruit flies, but you kind of see the message and everything. That I don't know, it's very crazy. But definitely look into synchronicities and the little bugs and even spiders crawling through your home. Those are big ones. Look into those. That's how you know that you're in alignment with the universe. That's how you can kind of tell what's going on in your life too. You know, these aren't just bad, dramatic, crazy things that are happening to you. They're happening for you, and they're helping you grow and transform. And I don't know, it's just little signs to let you know that, like, hey, you're on the right path. The last and third final way, my favorite way, honestly, one of my favorite ways, is tarot readings. And that is right here on YouTube. And I have a whole playlist full of pick a card readings that I have done that have been so helpful for me. And that is really just confirmation for you. It's confirmation that you're doing the right things, or it can give you advice on like what would help you. And also gives you confirmation that magic is really real, and that, you know, the universe is really real, because it will tell you like, hey, look out for certain things, or it'll tell you certain things that are happening in your life, and you're like, this is supposed to be a general reading, but like they're definitely talking to me. and it just lets you know right there, like completely dispels the whole coincidence thing, because how could it be a coincidence? There's too many of them. There's no such thing. The tarot readings definitely help you get messages from your guardian angels. It also helps you increase your intuition, because you'll start realizing that, like, wow, I really did pick the deck that was for me. That's so crazy. I didn't even know, what she was gonna say in it, but or what he or she was gonna say in it, but they're flipping all these cards and they're literally reading me like a book, and that's what helps you really realize, like, damn, I'm intuitive as fuck. So yeah, that is my third and final way. I definitely recommend it. Definitely check out my playlist on here, because those pick a card readings, I'm telling you, they will change your life. So those are the 3 ways to know that you are in alignment with the universe: angel numbers, synchronicities, and tarot readings. Those are my 3 favorite ways to know that I'm in alignment with the universe. And honestly, they're super easy. 2 of them, well, actually, no, all of them are free. All of them are free. You don't have to buy anything for any of those things. You just have to live in awareness. So start your day by saying, I am living in awareness. And if you haven't already, that's fine. You can say it right now. Say it with me. I am living in awareness. And repeat it to yourself constantly throughout the day. You know, every single time that you catch yourself maybe drifting off into something negative, I don't know, whatever the case may be, just remind yourself to live in awareness and be in the present moment and know that you are in alignment with the universe. Okay? Alright, so I think that's it for now, and I hope that you guys start implementing these things into your life so that you can start knowing that you're on the right path and you're not making any mistakes in your life. Alright guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye guys.